Have you ever been in one of those situations, facing a really complex challenge, maybe a high-stakes negotiation, and you just kind of know deep down that success isn't just about the numbers on a spreadsheet?
Right. It's more about really getting the people involved, understanding their psychology, and having a real strategy.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because for a lot of us, making a big purchase or sale, it can feel overwhelming. But what if there was like a playbook, a way to turn that doubt into a handshake?
Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at the pretty intricate world of acquiring mobile home parks. It's specialized, yeah.
Here,
And it demands more than just financial smarts. You need some serious people skills, negotiation skills.
sophisticated skills, really.
Totally. And we've got this amazing stack of materials here: sales playbooks, negotiation guides, briefing docs, all aimed at shedding light on how to actually succeed in these acquisitions.
So our mission basically is to unpack all these strategies, pull out the really important bits, and give you a shortcut to understanding how to effectively engage with these park owners.
Yeah, you'll see how the pros approach these deals, how they turn objections into opportunities, build relationships, the kind that lead to those win-win outcomes.
Get ready for some surprises, maybe a new perspective on negotiation itself.
For sure, because this stuff, it goes way beyond mobile home parks. Whether you're an investor, maybe a business pro, wanting to sharpen your negotiation game, or, just curious about how complex deals work.
This is for you.
Exactly. This deep dive will give you tools. It's about influence, building trust, navigating those human interactions in, well, pretty much any business setting. That's a skill you can use anywhere.
Okay, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, these sources highlight a major challenge: getting the owner to actually participate. Seems simple, but apparently it's why a lot of acquisitions struggle.
It's fundamental. Think low LOI conversions, deals falling apart late in the game, negotiations dragging on forever.
All because the owner isn't truly engaged.
That's what the material suggests. It uses this analogy like a dance, right?
Yeah.
If one partner isn't engaged, the whole thing just falls apart.
That makes sense.
So the idea is an owner's participation hinges on their interest, their curiosity about the process, and crucially, their personal connection to you, the buyer.
So the main goal isn't just the offer, it's making them interested, curious, comfortable with your team buying their park.
Precisely. Without that, deals just become cold leads or they get stalled. Key people stay on the sidelines.
So it's not just about the money. You have to be compelling, interesting as a person.
That's what the material hammers home. Make it
Mhm.
personal, make it interesting. One source literally says you've got to entertain them, not like a performance, but
Be engaging,
Mhm.
communicate well, show real curiosity.
Exactly. Differentiate yourself from, as they put it, just another buyer. Owners give you their attention when they're curious about you, your company's vision for their park, your process, the specific value you bring.
Which leads to this really specific, kind of surprising strategy: using the owner's name a lot.
Yeah, the guidance is incredibly direct. It says aim to use the owner's name 40 times in every step, which across a typical 10-step process.
That's 400 times.
Yeah. Potentially, yeah. And it even says, even if it feels awkward at first, the key is using it at the beginning of the sentence, not the end.
Why the beginning?
The idea is it captures their attention immediately. Like, Ben, now I've got all of your attention, then I can deliver information. It signals this next part is specifically for you, Ben.
Okay, 400 times feels intense.
Hmm.
How do you do that without sounding like a robot or, I don't know, overly aggressive? Does it talk about tone?
That's a really important point. It's not about hitting a quota mechanically. It's about using it as a conversational anchor, a way to personalize and gently redirect focus.
So less like a command, more like a habit of personalization.
Exactly. Instead of just, this park is nice, it's, Mary, this park you've built here is really something. Mary, how long have you been working on this particular section? It grounds it, makes it about them.
Shows genuine interest in their story, their effort.
Okay.
And it goes beyond just names, right? Tangible engagement, clever interactions.
Absolutely. Starts right away. Like, picture meeting Mary. You could say, Mary, here's a little something from a local coffee shop, our treat. Oh, and by the way, Mary, take a look at this.
And you hand over a professional-looking summary about your vision for her park.
Precisely. A simple gesture like that can pull her in, makes a strong first impression. It's unexpected, professional.
And you can involve them in the future vision, too.
Definitely. Frame it like, Mary, we really think you'll be instrumental in helping us understand the park's history and potential. Mary, we'd love to hear your insights on the community here. What do you see for its future?
That gives their knowledge value, makes them feel like a consultant almost.
Exactly. And it can get hands-on, too. The guide suggests things like, if John seems disengaged, open your laptop. Walk him through some comps right there.
Or even show a basic financial model for their park.
Yeah. And ask directly, John, does this projection look right based on what you've seen? It turns a presentation into a collaboration. You're inviting them to participate in the analysis.
It feels less like a pitch, more like working together.
And you can use small physical tasks, too. Ask them to walk you to the office or hold your tablet while you point something out on a map.
Even something simple like checking off items on a list.
Yeah, like, John, could you check this off on our property sheet? The principle is always, as one source puts it, get them to participate. Whatever it takes. These small actions build up. They shift the dynamic.
Okay, and technology plays a huge role now too, right? Moving beyond the basic pitch.
Oh, massively. It's a game changer for engagement. The sources stress using virtual presence. Like, with today's tech, there's no reason we can't bring the park to life.
So, sharing drone footage of their park, doing video calls for initial walkthroughs.
Exactly. It overcomes distance. Lets owners be there even when they're not there. Makes it immediate and real for them.
And these interactive tools, mapping, financial models, they're critical.
Described as absolutely critical. The stats apparently show that specialists using these tools have a higher close rate than those who don't. And the key is using them early in the conversation, not as a big reveal, but to keep people involved, keep them curious.
And that technique of showing 2 future scenarios for the park.
Yeah.
Using the tools to visualize your improvements.
Yeah, that's presented as incredibly powerful, showing how your investment impacts their community, their legacy. The source literally says, when I do that, it's game over.
Game over. That's strong language. What makes it so decisive for the owner? Is it just cool graphics?
It's much deeper than graphics. It's game over because you've moved beyond just talking about buying an asset. You're showing them a tangible, positive future for something they care deeply about.
You're addressing their legacy concerns, their community worries.
Exactly. You're showing their park, but better, thriving because of your plan and capital. It eases anxiety, validates their work, and paints a picture that connects emotionally. They start seeing you as a steward, a partner.
Not just a buyer with a check.
Right. The sources say owners are blown away. They see it as expert analysis. And the flip side is clear. Don't use these tools, and you're just another buyer giving them a pitch. You missed that chance to connect.
Even simple things, like a good camera or a portable scanner, can make a difference.
They enhance professionalism, show you're serious, provide unique insights. It all adds up to separating yourself.
So all this really emphasizes how critical those first interactions are. Steps 1 and 2 in their process.
Absolutely foundational. Those first couple of steps. You're laying down the foundation for how your entire acquisition process is going to be.
And this is the kicker. In the very beginning, that owner hasn't decided whether or not they're going to sell their park, but they've decided if they would sell it to you.
That's a huge insight, isn't it? It highlights the immense weight of those initial impressions, that personal engagement. They might not be ready to sell the park yet, but they're judging you.
And how they treat you then predicts how they'll treat you later, like at closing.
That's the claim. Poor engagement early on leads to resistance later. Good engagement helps eliminate those cold leads or stalled deals. It keeps things moving.
Which brings up this interesting point about the first-time buyer mindset. Apparently, new specialists often have the most success initially.
Yeah, the theory is they just demo and sell. It's new to them. It's fresh. They love the product, the acquisition process. They believe in it. There's an energy there, an enthusiasm that's infectious.
But that can fade, right? The honeymoon wears off. Deals become routine.
Exactly. So the advice is to consciously stay a first-time buyer in your mind. You can't know too much, can't overthink things. Keep that initial energy, that curiosity alive.
And at the same time, you need to assert your professional authority. Remind yourself you're the expert they're relying on.
Right. The material basically says, you have a job to do, they might have to participate. It gives you permission to guide the process, set expectations for collaboration.
Even having the right tools, like a tablet with mapping software, signals that professionalism.
It separates you, makes you interesting, asserts your competence right away. It's subtle, but effective.
Okay, so engaging the owner, making it personal, using tech, that's the foundation. But inevitably, objections come up. That's guaranteed.
Always. And the core philosophy here is crucial. Objections aren't roadblocks. They're opportunities. Windows into the owner's mind, their fears, their priorities.
So it's not about fighting them, it's about understanding them, being strategic, empathetic.
Exactly. Listen carefully, respond strategically, and you can often turn that no into a yes. Let's start with the big ones. Financial objections.
The classic, your offer is too low. Why is that always the first thing you hear?
Well, often it's just a gut reaction, They might have an inflated idea of the value, maybe from a broker's non-binding quote or just wishful thinking.
They're testing you, seeing if you'll immediately raise your price.
Pretty much. So the response is key. First, you need to isolate the gap. Don't defend your number. Ask why it feels low. Like, help me understand, is it low compared to what you've heard? Or low compared to what you need for retirement? Where did that number come from?
Perfect. That shifts it from a price argument to understanding their needs and their valuation source. It opens a dialogue.
Smart. What else?
Second, you can reframe the value. You might say something like, I get it, many owners focus on the lot rent. But our offer looks at the park's true long-term value. We factor in deferred maintenance, vacancy, the cost of improvements.
Things they might not be fully considering.
Exactly. What looks like a high offer from someone less experienced might disappear during due diligence. Our offer is realistic, concrete, something we can close on. It highlights your expertise and the hidden costs.
Positions you as the serious, reliable buyer.
And third, you can use that ASMD technique specifically, divide. I know the number seems low on its own, but when you divide it by the hours you won't spend here anymore, the stress you'll avoid, the capital you won't worry about, what's that freedom worth to you? Connecting the money to the intangible benefits. Very powerful for someone tired of the grind. Okay, what about, I want a full cash offer. What's behind that?
Could be several things. Maybe they need cash for another investment. Maybe they think seller financing is risky. Or maybe they just like the idea of one simple transaction.
So how do you counter that?
One way is to address the risk. You can say, that's a common thought, but we're not asking you to take a risk. You already own the collateral, the park. If anything went wrong, you'd get the park back, likely more valuable because of our improvements. You're actually very secure.
That flips the script on risk. Makes them realize they hold the cards. Brilliant.
Another angle is the tax burden. Say, many owners want cash until they talk to their accountant. A big lump sum can mean a huge capital gains hit this year. Seller financing lets you spread that income, potentially keeping you in a lower tax bracket each year. You keep more of your money.
That's a huge motivator, often overlooked.
Definitely. And finally, present it as a passive income stream. Frame it like, right now the park is a job and an investment. With seller financing, it stays an investment but becomes totally passive. Guaranteed check every month, better rate than the bank, zero headaches.
Appealing to that desire for freedom and security without the work. Makes perfect sense. Okay, moving past money, emotional objections, the big one. I'm not ready to sell.
Yeah, that's often about fear of change, right? Or deep emotional attachment. It's been their life, their legacy, or maybe they just don't know what they'd do next.
They need help seeing the path forward. So first step.
Validate their feelings. Show empathy. I completely understand. This isn't just business. It's part of your life, your legacy. That's why we take this so seriously. We're committed to honoring what you've built.
Builds rapport, shows respect.
Okay. Then gently uncover the motivation. Ask, is it maybe not if, but when? What would need to be true for you to feel ready? What's the biggest roadblock? Health, family, something else?
Get to the real issue, maybe move towards a timeline.
And always connect to their future. Position your offer as the gateway. We're here to help you start that next chapter. Not to push, but to provide a solution so you can focus on what's next: travel, family, hobbies. Emphasize those personal benefits.
What if they say, I need to fix X, Y, and Z first? Believing a cleaner part gets a higher price.
Common belief. They think they need to invest time and money first. They often don't realize your team can do it much more efficiently.
So you need to reframe the cost.
Exactly. Say, that makes sense, wanting it perfect, but consider this. Your time is valuable. Months, tens of thousands on repairs. And you'll still have vacancies, management issues. We have the capital, the teams. We can do it faster, likely cheaper, and we factor that into our price.
Highlight your efficiency and expertise, save them the hassle.
And then hit them with the opportunity cost. Ask that powerful question, what if you sold as is today? Use that freedom to enjoy retirement now. Why spend another year on headaches when you can get a fair offer today and be free?
Shifts the focus from repair cost to the value of their time and freedom. Crucial for a retirement seller. Okay, Trust and relationship objections. I'm worried about my tenants' community.
A big one for responsible owners. They genuinely care. They don't want a faceless corporation messing things up.
So first, acknowledge and validate.
Immediately. That's a huge credit to you. Resident welfare is our #1 priority, too. Our goal is to preserve and enhance these communities, align with their values right away.
Then, provide a clear plan. Be specific.
Right. We have a detailed plan for improvements, infrastructure, amenities, professional on-site management. We're not here to change its soul. We're here to build on what you started, make it even better. Give them concrete reassurance, a positive vision.
And the final trust hurdle. I need to do more research on your company. They've probably dealt with flakes or scammers before.
Totally understandable caution, so you proactively provide information.
Don't wait to be asked.
Exactly. That's smart business. We're an open book. Here are references, case studies, contact info for owners we've worked with. Please call them, show transparency and confidence.
And build social proof. Leverage your track record.
We've successfully closed X parks. Our process is transparent. What specific questions can I answer right now to make you feel comfortable? Address concerns directly, build that confidence.
Okay, this is a perfect transition to what the materials call the single most powerful tool, seller financing.
Yeah.
But the key is how you position it right, not as a last resort.
Absolutely critical shift in thinking. It needs to be positioned as the ideal outcome for both parties, not some backup plan because you couldn't get a bank loan.
Yeah, never introduce it like, well, the bank said no, so you frame it as the smartest financial move they can make, changes the whole conversation to a sophisticated strategy.
Exactly. That illustrative line captures it. Most owners we work with want an exit without the headache. Instead of a huge tax hit from a lump sum, they opt to act as the bank. Keeps their investment working, zero stress.
Addresses their likely core desires. Less stress, financial security. And before you even talk price, you need to isolate their take-home number.
Crucial step. Understand their current cash flow. It lets you anchor low by focusing on a passive income stream that might be more appealing than a big taxable lump sum.
So you ask something like, what's your actual monthly take-home after all the expenses and headaches? What if we could give you that, maybe more, with zero effort from you?
Precisely. Focuses immediately on their benefit, their pain points, gets them envisioning that easier life.
And then you highlight the benefits, financial and personal. Taxes are a big one.
Huge. Explain how the lump sum triggers big capital gains now. Seller financing spreads it out, potentially keeps them in a lower bracket each year. They keep more money.
And the passive income angle is massive.
Transforms the park from a job into a truly passive investment. Guaranteed check every month, no tenant calls, no repairs. Pure freedom, which is what many retirement sellers crave.
Plus, the return on investment argument. The interest rate you pay is likely way better than a savings account or CD.
Right. It's a solid, secure return on an asset they already know, but without the work. It's just a smarter place for their equity at that stage.
But they'll still have objections, even to seller financing. I want all my money now.
And you respond with empathy, but also challenge them. I understand wanting liquidity, but honestly, if you had that lump sum today, where could you put it for a guaranteed, say, 6-8% return with no risk, no effort? Most people leave it in the bank, earning almost nothing. Here, you're the bank making a great return.
Challenges their assumption about what they do with the cash. Smart. And if they worry, what if you stop paying?
Reassure them clearly. Fair concern, but your collateral is the park. We're not just paper borrowers. We're improving the asset. If anything went wrong, you get the park back, and it's more valuable thanks to our work. You're fully protected.
Turns the risk into potential added security for them. Okay, and the core concept making this so powerful is the installment sale method for taxes.
That's the engine. The sources call it the single biggest benefit. Normally, tax on the whole profit is due in the year of sale, potentially a massive bill.
But with an installment sale, they defer a chunk of that tax, pay only on the profit they receive each year.
Exactly. Spreads the income, spreads the tax, keeps them in lower brackets. It's a huge financial advantage.
The example was clear. Sell for $1, $500 K profit. Standard sale. Tax on $500 now. Installment sale. If they get $100 down, $50K principal per year, they only pay tax on that portion of the profit each year.
Dramatically reduces the immediate hit, and the benefits stack up. Deferred capital gains for better planning, reduced tax rate by avoiding that one-year spike, steady tax-advantaged cash flow, and even depreciation recapture taxes can be spread out.
Wow. So seller financing essentially lets the owner choose when they pay their taxes, turns a transaction into a long-term retirement plan.
That's the power of it, when presented right. And structuring it win-win means reasonable terms. maybe 10, 25% down, a fair interest rate like 6.5, 8.5%, and a realistic term, maybe 5, 15 years. Works for both sides.
Okay, so how do you present this effectively? There's a 4-step process. Step 1 is timing.
Crucial. Never lead with it. Bring it out after identifying pain points and getting a conditional yes to solving their problems, maybe around step 5 of the sales process.
You set it up first. Like, it seems your priorities are a fair price and a hassle-free exit. If we could show you a way to do both, would you be open to hearing how?
Exactly. Then step 2, the pitch. Focus on the why for them. Introduce it as their best option, a solution, not a request from you.
What we find most beneficial for owners like you is seller financing. It's smarter. Instead of a big tax hit, you become the bank. Keeps your investment working, no headaches, saves you on taxes.
Perfect pitch. Focuses entirely on their gain. Then step 3, the offer. Make it real with numbers.
Outline it clearly. Here's what it could look like. Down payment of X%, interest rate of Y%, term of Z years, giving a total price of 6XXXXX. Confidence is key here.
Absolutely. And finally, step 4, handle objections and secure commitment. This is where you use those practice responses for want cash, worry about risk, etc.
Reinforce the benefits. Then ask that closing question for this stage. Does a stress-free monthly income and peace of mind sound like a good fit for your retirement plan? Get that verbal agreement on the concept.
Exactly. Get the buy-in on the vision before diving into the final paperwork.
And all of this fits into that larger, structured 10-step sales process we talked about. It's a psychological roadmap designed specifically for these deals.
Right. Step 1, warm up and profile. Build rapport, understand their goals. That great commitment line. You've owned this so long, probably seen it all. Bet it'd take dynamite to get you to sell right.
Respectful probes gently opens the door to future talk.
Step 2, the assessment. Gather park details. The commitment is often physical, going through a spreadsheet together. Shows you're serious, professional.
Step 3, pain points and urgency. Shift their focus to problems you can solve. The commitment line. We see a few areas: low occupancy, management headaches, lack of retirement time. Which concerns you most?
Frames it around their issues. Step 4, about our company. Build trust. Eliminate the research stall. Commitment line. Any questions about our team, how we work? See any reason you wouldn't feel comfortable partnering with us? Addresses trust head on.
Step 5, the strategy. Get agreement their life would be easier without managing. Frame the purchase as the solution. That powerful commitment line.
Yeah, you've built something special. A one-time decision to let a professional group take over would be wise for your health, your retirement. Wouldn't you agree? We'll improve the park, improve tenant life while you collect cash, no headaches. Validates them, focuses on personal benefits, reassures about the future.
Step 6, the business model. Get agreement your specific model is right for them. Commitment line. Any questions about how our model creates a win-win? Any reservations about putting our system to work for you? Direct check for objections.
Step 7, the pre-close. Aim for that conditional yes for a today close. Moving on is something you'll do eventually, right? Not if, but when. Let me show you the best way today. If I can show you how to get the most, maybe sooner than you think, open to starting now.
And if they hesitate?
Pivot. Respect that. But we can make a special offer now. Let's just work out the price, see what it looks like. Fair enough. Keeps momentum, frames it as exploration.
Step 8, price and seller financing. Isolate their comfortable price. Present seller financing as the superior investment. Get them anchored on a number while highlighting tax savings and passive income.
Step 9, the close. The moment of truth. Convert agreement into a today decision. First, real ask. We can get this done today for 6XX, XXX, then the handshake or direct ask. Ready to move forward and start your next chapter? Direct, confident.
Step 10, reassurance and paperwork. Finalize, prevent remorse, build confidence, explain the whole closing process, timeline. Make them feel good about the decision. It's not done till they feel secure.
And alongside that process, there's the price and exit conditioning. Mastering negotiation nuances, especially with retirement sellers. The key mindset: they're often retirement sellers more than price sellers. Your product is the whole process.
The professional, no headache closing. That's valuable in itself. So step 1 of conditioning. Assume exit strategy first and anchor low.
Right. Assume they need an easy exit. Anchor low with a passive monthly take-home figure, maybe seller finance, that's less than their current active earnings. Ask, what's your actual monthly take-home after hassles? Get a real number, present the passive alternative.
Step 2, isolate the vision and ladder up. When they push back on the low offer, No way. Don't ask their final number. Ask.
How far off am I? $10, $20K, $100. Make them state the gap. Then you can ladder up by addressing concerns, adding value, moving towards their comfort zone strategically.
Step 3, the true motivated seller test. Cut through claims like, not in a hurry. Ask.
Not asking you to commit, but if we could close in 30 days, would you be ready?
And if they make excuses, funds in 45 days, need to think.
They're not truly motivated now. Don't push. Pivot back. Isolate their vision. Address deeper concerns. Test their readiness.
Step 4, value rebuilding, ASMD. After needs are clear and motivation confirmed, rebuild value to justify your offer. Stop the nickel and diming.
Exactly. ADD, tangible value. We handle legal fees, due diligence, professional management, day one, smooth tenant transition. List your specific benefits.
Subtract. Ask what they'd lose with the lesser buyer. What do you give up with an unproven buyer? Risk a deal falling through. Carry financing yourself. Make them articulate what they won't compromise.
Multiply intangibles. Our commitment means a stronger legacy for you. Peace of mind is invaluable. Reputation matters. Focus on legacy, security, emotion.
And divide. Reduce the offer to relatable terms. The time and stress you save is priceless. Look at what you get back for your time and energy. It's a fantastic return. Bring it back to personal benefit, peace of mind.
And finally, to tie it all together, the sources give us the 5 C's of MHP acquisition success. This is the philosophy for long-term thriving, meeting strategy, intention, compounding habits.
First C, create opportunities. Be proactive. Don't wait for deals to hit the market.
Right. By then, it's crowded. Be proactive. Earlier cold calls, more personalized direct mail, like including an aerial photo of their park. Build genuine relationships.
Build that reputation as serious professional buyers. Invest in the community. Network.
Exactly. It's not about being lucky. It's about being present and known when the off-market opportunity comes.
Second C, control your schedule. Treat it like a profession. Discipline.
Rain or shine, you're sourcing. Owner only, free Saturday, 7 p.m. Be there. Elite producers don't cancel, don't take rain days. Pivot, find the next one. Tunnel vision equals production. Work ethic matters.
Third C, compete with yourself and others. Track daily goals.
Yeah, like 3 goals by 6 days, 18 wins per week. Build momentum daily. Compete like a pro, whether it's a 20-lot or a 100-lot park. Aim for 2-3 acquisitions a year.
Pipe the work now. Let your reputation create future deals. Approach owners with swagger with service, knowing you offer a better exit.
Fourth C, consistency over time. Embrace the roller coaster. The results vary.
1 month, 300 calls, nothing. Next month, 25 calls, 20 connects.
Exactly. Redefine success. Chase 100 no's with a smile. Yeses will trip over your mindset. Network constantly. Ask neighbors for referrals. Never leave a market without a lead. Explode that pipeline.
And the fifth C, challenges that are attainable. Focus on results, not just activity.
Don't just count calls. Focus on meaningful milestones, LOIs signed, deals under contract, results activity. Blind calling isn't a strategy. Precision wins.
Aim for 3 to 5 new LOIs a year, and treat every park seriously, big or small. It all counts, builds momentum.
So, pulling this all together for you, our listener, we've really dug deep into mobile home park acquisitions. We've seen the critical need for owner engagement, the art of handling objections, the power of seller financing, that detailed 10-step process.
Plus the 5 C's for long-term success and that price conditioning nuance. You've got a pretty comprehensive picture now.
And remember, this isn't just about parks. You've gained insights into psychology, communication, high-stakes negotiation, skills applicable everywhere.
Right. You've got a blueprint for building rapport, addressing concerns, structuring deals that work for everyone.
So the final thought to leave you with: how can you apply these principles in your world? How can you turn your next no into a collaborative yes, not just by what you offer, but by how you engage?
What if truly understanding the other side's fears, their desires? What if that's the real secret to unlocking success in any negotiation you face? Maybe the most powerful currency, even in business, is empathy, trust, and genuinely wanting to solve the other person's problem.